Hello everyone, it's me Clayton. I just finished watching Star Wars Visions, Volume 2. May the 4th has certainly come, and with the Star Wars Day comes probably another season of one of the shows that people tended to like the most. Star Wars Visions was originally known as a Star Wars anime back in 2021, but for the second volume, Lucasfilm decided to go for a more international flavor with the shorts. And honestly, I think that's a good turn. It doesn't have to limit itself to just Japanese animation studios with this one. Instead, it gets some of the best animation studios from all over the world and a few unknown ones that get to show their stuff here. Studios from Spain, from Chile, from India, from the UK, from Ireland, and even more. And thankfully, a lot of these shorts do hold up when it comes to the quality that was set in the first volume of shorts. Plus, they are a bit more varied. Whereas the first volume of Star Wars Visions generally kept things to a lot of Sith versus Jedi lightsaber duels, we still get a few of those here, but we get stories that cover a few more themes. Themes of mining for kyber crystals, some involving far-off villages involving beast people that we haven't seen before. There's one on a train. There's one where two reluctant kids have to work together against a Sith Lord in order to deal with certain visions that have been happening inside rocks. And there's even like a comedy episode revolving around a pod race between a mother and daughter for families. It's definitely in a case where some shorts definitely will stick with you more than others, but I generally appreciated the variety here, which meant that the whole collection was far less repetitive than it was before. Especially because the art styles, since they're coming from different studios after all, are honestly even more varied than they were with the first volume. Since there's a big variety of different art styles, from CG animation to hand-drawn animation, to even some stop-motion thanks to Aardman. Yeah, I think the Aardman and Cartoon Saloon shorts especially are going to appeal to a lot of people who have wished to see more representation for those specific art styles, especially considering CGI has ruled the roost when it comes to a lot of animation in theaters especially. But even the CG here does feel like it can get pretty creative sometimes. Like with the first short, The Sith, where a lot of the CGI looks like it's done for painting and watercolors, which honestly feels like an effect that would be done for the next Spider-Verse film if they had an idea for that. Or even with the last short, which is done by the guys who did the SEAL Team movie. It happens to recreate a lot of the textures done for fur that you'd see for puppet shows, only the characters aren't really puppets, they're just animated to look like puppets. They're great effects, and I really do like how a lot of them hold up. Granted, some of the animation styles don't always work as well as intended. I ironically think that the one anime looking short of the bunch, the one from Dart Shijato, I think it's called, honestly, that one looks like it has some unfinished bits that surprisingly make that one of the weaker stories, in my opinion, visually, though it still has a strong emotional core. Even the shorter shorts still have some good moments to them, is what I'm trying to say. Like I said, there's some that work better than others, but most of them do happen to deliver strong emotional cores, or deliver a good fight scene or some good comedy here and there. I just think there are some that are downright legendary, and some that are just good, but not great. As for my favorite of the shorts, I'd probably say that Screecher's Reach, Sith, and The Journey to the Dark Head are probably my favorites, especially since Studio Mir still clearly has it when it comes to that one. But yeah, I think this, while it doesn't count as a Star Wars anime anymore, I still think that it's one of the more interesting projects that we've seen from the Star Wars universe, and I hope there's a Volume 3 someday. That's why I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. See you next time.